All right, let's see here. All right, pull this over here. Cool. All right, let's get this started. Okay, so like the title says, we're going to strip off the rest of the stuff on this bike to get it ready to sand and paint this weekend, hopefully. So that includes the gauge cluster, probably the front fender, all the wiring, the coolant reservoir, foot pegs, brackets, the rear brake, yeah, and the computer and a bunch of other little stuff. We're going to leave the swing arm on in the rear wheel, obviously, until we're out there, and then we'll probably yank that off. So we don't have to worry about that, because that will get painted separately, because it's silver and not black. But anyways, let's get started. I guess we'll start on the other side and get the computer and stuff out first thing. So let's do that. Let's get you over there. Okay, so this is the stuff we're going to be taking out. All this stuff. So over here is what I have to assume is the computer, like voltage regulator, all that kind of good stuff. And then the rear brake and the reservoir. Hopefully I can take all that off kind of in one piece with the rear brake, so I don't need to take any of that apart. There's obviously going to be a switch somewhere for the rear brake, which I think is that right there. So that will need to get unplugged as well. But we're actually going to take a picture so we can hopefully get everything back where it was. I'm gonna go grab my camera. All right, there we go. Let's see. So I got this. This, I'm pretty sure, mounts back here. I've got lots of pictures of that. What we need are pictures of all this stuff. So this wiring harness coming in here underneath. It's tucked up underneath the frame up here. Get some closer pictures. And you get a picture of the back side in here. Down further. Alright, call that good. Be a future me problem to deal with. Let's grab some tools. What do we got? A bunch of those. Find that nifty T-bar thing. Should be able to get those out. Not much problem here. Alright, so this whole thing lives on this little cage. So actually, this whole piece, let's get the electrical connectors out first. Which almost looks like a little screwdriver goes in through that end. Grab one of those. Is that right? Or does that get pushed in? Take the gloves off for that. Oh, good. It does get pushed in. Glad we checked. Those are some pretty gnarly looking terminals. God, that doesn't want to come out. It's definitely a push down though. This whole thing slides out. That'll probably make it a little easier. Ah, there we go. It's actually not bad. Slide this back in. Okay, I think then the last piece is this brake switch down here, which is mounted to the frame and goes up into this little controller, I guess. I kind of got to figure out how to take that out. Grab an adjustable wrench. I know it's terrible, but it's probably the easiest way to get at that. Oh, that needs to get cleaned for sure. Is that whole piece threads in there, huh? How is this guy connected on here? Two gigantic wires. That does not want to come out. For safety, I'm sure. I won't complain too much there. But it does need to come out. How the heck does that work, huh? And that runs right down to the where the heck does that go? Oh, the battery cable. So what the heck is this? Oh, that's the negative battery cable. So where's this guy going? Oh, it goes right to this connector, which is in the brake light harness, which makes way more sense. Okay. So that's the brake light disconnected now. So I think this harness is free. Yes, it would be if I loosen this bolt over here. Take that off. So this bolt right here is the only thing keeping this harness up here. Loosen that. And we should be able to pull all of this out of here. That's all loose, except for this thing. So there's some kind of crazy fuse thing going on here. So that's going into this, which I have no idea what it is, but it needs to be unplugged. This looks like it slides off. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it wasn't even plugged in correctly, so that's reassuring. So that wire is now free. What are the chances this goes back together the right way? So what is this thing? It's got this little cap on it. I'll put down that little thing. This looks like it also slides out in some way or another. I don't know how this thing comes off. I don't want to break that. Oh, is this the whole plug that's coming out now? I think it is. Yes, it is. Beautiful. So that appears to be like the whole main power distribution piece. That is all free now. This is the overflow hose for the fuel tank. Yank that out of the way. All the cables. That's everything out of there. Okay, so now we're left with this bracket with the brake fluid and then the side stand, or not side stand, the pegs, which we will take off all as one piece so we don't have to deal with that. So let's get some wrenches. Can I get you any lower in here? Yes, I can. Okay. Sure, let's go with that. You see that? Yes. Cool. Grab some tools here. Oh, where is... Let's try the impact first. Because I don't know where my adapter is for that. I don't even know if I have an adapter for that. Ooh, I gotta put this back on before I lose it all together. Drag this back on there. Alright. We got our sockets here. That looks like the right one. Try not to wake the entire house here. Pretty good. That's it. Looks like that had some kind of Loctite on it. Alright, so as far as I know, that should be all that's holding this on. Oh, sorry, there's one more up here. That mounts. Alright, that is now all that's holding that on. So we need to get... Let's back you up a little bit. Something like that. Sure, so we gotta get the caliper free and take the second bolt out of this so it's also free. Okay, so this whole thing now is free. Let's get the caliper. Did I put a zip tie on that? Apparently I did, and then ripped it at some point. So let's get the caliper out of here. It's in this thing on the swing arm. Which apparently is impossible to remove. There we go. Oh, right, gotta take that out the rest of the way. This whole thing is free. And we'll come down in behind there once this bolts out. Like so. And that is this entire assembly free. Carefully. There's apparently the positive battery cables in there too. Beautiful. Oh, the caliper, of course. A little awkward to handle. Alright. This over in the, super professional parts bin area, aka the floor. Sure. Okay. So the last piece on this side that needs to come off, stand you up a little bit, is this. The passenger peg thing, and it doesn't look like there's a bolt here. There isn't. So that's exciting. So it's just these two guys. I would be shocked if these come off with this guy. Oh, they're just, they're finger tight. Look at that. Well, almost finger tight. They're a little snug in there. Appears to be mostly due to spider webs. That's off. That over there. And for now, replace these two screws, which we will take out later and organize. There. It feels slightly cross-threaded, so we'll just leave that alone. And that's this side of the bike stripped down. Got this overfill hose. We'll yank out. There's nothing else over here that needs to come off. Again, we'll take the swing arm out later. Hopefully that doesn't actually need to be replaced. It's definitely a little rusty. But that's it. Let's go yank the stuff off the other side. Period. And then we'll get to the cockpit area. Way back this way here. Oh, what do you see here? So we will start with this guy on the back over here. Oh, that's not as kind as the last one. Excellent. Not entirely sure what to do about this VIN sticker, if I'm being honest. But right, brain continues to function. Oh, actually, we got to take this thing off too. The helmet lock and the seat. Actually, sorry, the helmet lock is long gone, but the seat latch thing needs to come out. Let's move this thing over here. Alright, let's get a better look at this. Let's see, whoops, sorry about that. You can see. Okay, yeah. This piece right here, I've already removed the springs a while back, but this is the little retaining mechanism for the seat. It looks like it's just got two bolts in here for each hinge. And then the little locking cylinder is just held on with two tiny little bolts. What do I got? What is this one? 8. These are loose on here too, so apparently I've had this off at some point. Sounds like me. It's gone forever. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Excellent. And we got these big things in here. Oh, let's go back to this thing. That last one. Alright. This. Is this the right size? Look at that, it is. Is the impact gonna fit in here? No. Gotta get a regular wrench. Somewhere. So I got a wrench here. So those two are loose now. That one is extra crusty for some reason. Not really sure why. It is the right side of the bike, I guess, but I didn't really think that would make that big of a difference. As far as, you know, road salt and whatnot. But perhaps it does. Alright, that's out. Pop these back in for the time being. Seat over here. Okay. Alright, we've got a little closer here. There we go. So we've got this, which actually is the computer, I think, for the bike. Which which would normally be sitting on part of this inner fender well that you can't see right here. So the rear inner fender is here, and it has a little slot on there for the computer, which is why it's just dangling here. So we will yank these plugs. Which look pretty good as far as it goes. And then we've got a couple more right back behind this bar for what I imagine are the neutral switch and the side stand and that stuff. Actually, where is the neutral switch? There's only 2 plugs here, so that's probably just the side stand switch. So I guess I don't know where the neutral thing comes from. It must come from the engine harness, which I guess makes sense because it's all one piece basically. Okay, so let's undo these 2 little connectors without destroying them, if possible. These things are the worst. And actually, I'm not entirely... They seem to be backwards, so one comes out one way and the other one comes out the other way. Perfect, so I didn't mess that up. And what is this other wire? Oh, like the oil pressure sensor or whatever. So we can cut that zip tie. Just gonna grab a picture of it real quick. And what's going on in there? Apologies for the music. Well, no apologies for the music, but in case I injured your ears. These 2 guys back in. Apparently screw into this. Oh, okay. So snip this with the worst snippers ever. Okay, so this comes down. Here's the side stand. There it is, that's off. It's probably one of the pieces that's in better condition, actually. Although this joint has a ton of play, which I don't know if that's normal or not. But it does. Also super dirty. From all the chain lubricant and stuff. So that's the entire wiring harness loose now. So now we're going to take the right foot peg off. And the coolant reservoir, I think, is basically empty. But let's grab a couple pictures of that as well. So the hose, in there, back behind there, up through there. I don't know if I got a picture of that through that little thing in the frame. That should be good enough. Alright, let's yank this off. Looks like a 10. It is a 10. Again, pop that fastener back in there. Alright, so we got the coolant overflow hose, which is hanging down. And then another hose right here, which is the return from the tank, or from the actual cooling system. So we'll slide that out, like so. It looks like it actually does have stuff in it. Oh, that I'm now pouring all over myself because I'm a moron. So, let me get some paper towels. After I spent so much time trying not to make a mess last time, just went ahead and did that. Where's my paper towel? I'm prepared. So prepared. Well, okay. Got some rags or something over here. I'm not going to do much for my pants. Soak this up. Not really sure if there's even anything left in there. After that, hey, we learn. It's fine. Sure, that's clean. Cool. Alright, let's not spill anything else. Ow. Okay, after that slight disaster, we are going to remove the foot peg now. So, and the impact. And that wrench I was using, or socket I was using. This one's got, should just be these two. Come on now. Nope, I don't want the socket. That's it. Okay. Stand ourselves up a little bit more here. Sure. Okay, so if we take a look at the back end of the bike, it's pretty much stripped. These screws need to come out. Go into the seat over here. This little cylinder. Okay. So next we're going to undo these last clips up here for the wiring harness so we can pull off kind of the main harness piece, which is this guy, and then the rest of the wires will come out with the headlight and all that other stuff when we take off the front end, basically. So let's see. Actually, I don't think we're going to get away with that. So the way this harness is taped up, let me see if I can get you in there. Let's see. I'm going to be showing you that. There we go. Alright, so this is the harness, wiring harness, and some of it goes this way, and some of it goes around the other way, and some of it goes right through this little chassis. Oh no, actually this is open on the bottom. Just kidding. So I don't have to do it in that order. Alright, well whatever. We're going to release these giant zip ties, and by release I mean cut, to free the harness from that. It looks like there might be one more plug to do on the other side, but let's cut this. Lovely. Oh, what do we got? We got one more plug over here for probably brake lights in the engine, the kill switch. Which you can't see, but I'm going to show you because I'm struggling with it right there. Alright. Oh, that really doesn't want to come out of there, does it? Oh. Got a little movement there, I think. What? Oh, sorry, I'm gonna block your view for a second. What on earth? How is this so difficult? Yeah, that's free now, so it's just the thing that doesn't want to come out. Let me grab something. I don't know if this is really going to help at all. Not really, because it's not the thing I'm having trouble holding on to. Not really. It's just being a big pain in the butt. Got some contact there. There's no angle to get it in there. See if we can work that in there a little bit. Just go forward and backwards a couple times. It definitely feels better. But boy, is that a pain in the butt. come on now. Trying to be nice to you, connector. Don't make this hard. There we go. Yeah, those are pretty gnarly in there. So, imagine that had something to do with it. Let me back you up over here now. Because we've got all these guys to undo. And I think after what just happened, we will give all of these a spray first. See what that does for them. Not really worried about the bullet connector, but we will give it something too. And while that pretends to do anything, we will check out the front up here. Oh, so how is this whole assembly attached? Looks like there's 2 bolts, which is hilarious. Oh, let me see if I can get you over here. Oh, that's about right. And then turn the fork out. Okay. Where we got it? Yeah, okay. So down here is the bottom bolt, for lack of a better word. I guess there's probably 2. And then up here is a single top one. And that appears to be all that is holding the headlight and gauge cluster on. So we will probably try to remove that all as one unit. Yeah. But before we do that, we're definitely going to need to make sure all the wires are free, because there's a lot of stuff floating around in there, and once this is loose, I don't want it all yanking on all those wires. So let's take a look over here. On the far side, we've got some accessory plugs. I've got my old heated grips and all these stupid wires. Pull these out. Horn, should probably get a new horn. Yank that out of there. Okay. So we do have a couple. Oh, these must be the grip wires that are running up here to the controller, which is crudely soldered, as if there was any other way to solder something. So I'm just going to cut those. Sorry you can't see this over here. Pop that up there. Alright, is there anything else? Here, there's obviously a zip tie on the fork right there. The horn wiring will need to come out. Oh, the headlight bulb is gonna have to come out entirely. That's kind of weird. Okay. And of course the speedometer cable will have to come out. So actually not a ton. It is kind of hard to get to though. So this is the last piece of the main harness. So we gotta get at this connector and this connector. What is the best way to do that? You know what? We might actually leave those on and just pull the whole harness out up through that spot. And if we do that, then all we need to do is get the horn connections out, which are annoying enough to get to. This is a horn down here. Basically inaccessible. It's a joke. It's not that bad. But it's not very convenient either. Nor do they want to come out either. Again, probably a safety thing, or, you know, a 30-year-old electronic thing. There we go. Okay. So our heated grip accessory wire, which is going to stay for now because it's not going to be in the way. Horn is out. These two connectors go up into the assembly up there, so that's fine. So the speedometer cable is the last thing, which is difficult to get to. Of course, down at the wheel it's easier. Except I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know which one I prefer. I guess we'll try that at the instrument cluster. So way back in there, right here, is the thing we're trying to get off. Can't see it because my finger's on the other side. This thing right here. Make sure we're turning it the right way because it is going to be backwards, just from the direction we would expect. Seems to be moving easily enough, but not easily enough to do by hand. These other pliers fit in here. Give me a little bit bigger throw here. Yes, much better. Still going. Come on now. Let me do it with my hand now. Oh, yes. Just barely. Look at that. And that comes right out. Okay. So let's grab a couple pictures of the wiring, routing up front here. for reference. So down there. Okay. So we should be good to go to remove that after we struggle with these clips for a few minutes. Let's see if we can get this in a little bit better position for ourselves. Alright, let's start with this guy. Nice. Good. Nope. It's going too easily. Let's work it back and forth a little bit. Yeah, I think this might be the same style connector as the other one. That was a pain. Oh, yep. Well, that's part. Okay. And this last one. It's a big guy. Oh. Well, this could all be cleaned. Okay. So that is everything from the bars off. This is now just the harness. So we can take that out now. Let's get the clutch cable, or the choke cable out of here. Pull all these wires through here. And these, the whole harness will come up through the frame in between the forks now, so let's remove the front headlight thing. And that will be oh no, wait. One critical potential oversight, which is the ignition. Where does that wiring go? Yep. It is separate. Okay, cool. Glad we're not going to yank that off. So we got the one bolt up at the top and then two bolts either side down here. So let's grab I don't know where that is. I'm pretty sure I have, yeah, this thing. So get the camera in here so you can see. This guy right here is what we're after. And then up here. Looks like a 10 to me, or a 12. 10, 12, 10, 10. It's 10. Probably. Oh, look at that. Nailed it. loose. Grab the one on the other side. Loose. Okay, and this thing up here, I have some deep well sockets, which I think I'll need for that. Where are they? Still on the old Harbor Freight thing. What do we got? 12? It's a 12. Alright, so let's take one moment to think. When this is loose, this is going to swing down. So I think we actually want to take out these lower ones first. That way if it does swing down, it doesn't swing down very far. Then we can remove the top one when we're ready. Yep, just like that. Put it over here. Which will probably be a little less agreeable than that one. Yep. Alright, that's out. Put our 12 back on. That is loose. So let's back you up a little bit. And we will now clumsily remove the instrument cluster. Okay, there's a nut on there. Out to the side like that. And turn this way. Okay, any extra wires coming with us? Nope, just the ones we expected. So let's grab this. Probably not the greatest idea to try and pull all this through the frame up here, but you know, I'm full of not the brightest ideas. Alright. There we go. Yep. That's what you call poor choice. But we will stick it out, I guess. Just have to be careful not to destroy any of these wires while we're fighting with this, because I'm pretty sure Kawasaki thinks they're all important. And I'm tempted to believe them. Yep. Very nice. Good coming through there. I'll go ahead and say I probably will not be doing it this way when it goes back together, because what a mess that would be. Look at that. There we go. Where's the camera? That's the whole headlight and wiring harness out. Place that responsibly on the rear seat couch over there. Let's take a peek what we got left. There's not much. So we have the wires, which I'll probably, or cables, you can't see them. The clutch and throttle cables, which I'll probably just leave for now. And then the electrics for the bars, which I think I'm also going to leave. So I guess the last piece that I want to take off is the front fender, but actually I think I need to take the wheel off to do that. And I'm in no position to take the front wheel off because I don't have anything to keep the rest of the bike on the back tire to get the front tire up in the air to take it off. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, those bolt in from the inside. So I think that might be it. I had toyed with taking the fork off, but I'm kind of wondering if that's just more trouble than it's worth for me, honestly. I may not be able to get like an angle grinder in there, but I could certainly... I mean, actually, I probably could get the angle grinder in there everywhere I need to. And it wouldn't be the end of the world. So I think we're going to call that good for the teardown. And this weekend we will clean it, sand it down. For this kind of corrosion in here is what I'm interested in getting rid of, like right here. And it's just kind of like hopefully surface corrosion all over it. But, you know, one reason we're even going through this is to see how bad the corrosion is, and if it's worth doing anything else. So we're gonna angle grind it all down, sand it down, paint it, if it's appropriate to do that. And if it's not, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. But we've stripped it down as much as we're gonna. We'll remove the shock, swing arm and everything. I'll cut the chain off too, which is still on here. The rest of it's gonna stay on. And yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to go, which is awesome. Cool. Thanks for hanging out, and well, probably next time you see this, it will it'll either be painted or being recycled. Hopefully it's going to be painted. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you next time.